The film opens deep in the African jungle. It's lush, green, and immediately feels dangerous. We meet Gabby and her partner, both rangers, in a river. They've been out here on a mission and are just about ready to wrap things up and head back. Gabby was using her drone camera to monitor the area when, bam, it hits something and goes down. "Ugh, I gotta get my drone back," she says. It can't have fallen more than 2 kilometers away. But Gabby's determined. So, her partner tells her, "All right, I'll finish up here and come back. Just meet me here in exactly 1 hour." It's a tense moment. The scene quickly cuts to something sinister. 2 shadowy figures are covering up the lenses of military cameras that have been installed in the jungle. Whatever they're up to, it's not good. Gabby arrives at the drone's presumed landing spot. She sees scattered parts on the ground, but the actual drone, it's gone. We then see the missing drone tied to a young girl's waist, a curious, unsettling detail. He makes a frightening discovery. They never recorded a thing. Someone had deliberately covered the lenses. This definitely confirms their suspicions. Whoever did this has a seriously dangerous motive. When Gabby returns to their meeting point, her partner is nowhere to be found. Before she can even call out, she hears a strange, haunting sound echoing through the forest. Without thinking twice, a very ranger-like move, but maybe not her smartest, she follows it, unaware of the danger. A short distance in, her foot catches on a rope. It's a trap, and she's badly injured. The pain must be excruciating. She tries to use her radio to call for help, frantically calling her partner, but no one answers. Then she gets this chilling feeling, like someone was right there and just ran away. Mustering all her courage, she manages to pull the piece of wood out of her foot. She tries to chase after the person, but the searing pain in her leg prevents her from catching them. That's when she notices a red light spreading across the forest floor. At the same time, her partner has come into the forest to look for her. He hears that same strange, terrifying sound Gabby heard. He's so frightened that he's not watching where he's going and steps right into a swamp. He spots something hiding behind a tree and thinks it might be Gabby, so he starts moving toward it, but whatever it is, it definitely doesn't look human. Gabby, drawn in by the red light, finds sparks emanating from it. She gets a whiff of something and seems to be almost hypnotized. Gabby stumbles upon a rustic cabin in the forest. It's empty. She checks the place out, and then the sheer pain overwhelms her. She collapses, falls asleep, and ingeniously uses her socks to tie up her wound. Meanwhile, her partner is only getting more and more terrified in the swamp. He starts to feel like someone is hovering around him. Gabby suddenly wakes up, panicking. She's been vomiting, and a mushroom has sprouted from her puke. She realizes, with relief, that it was all just a dream. Just then, 2 men arrive. They aren't scared of Gabby at all. Instead, they look at her wounded leg, and the first thing they say is, "You've ruined our trap." They're not exactly the welcoming committee. They offer her some food and kindly bandage her leg. "You're from the city. What are you doing here?" one of them asks. Gabby replies, "No, we're from the ranger station, doing a routine check." The man, who we learn is Baron, asks her how many rangers there are. Gabby tells him. The film cuts back to Gabby's partner, who's now hiding from these creatures that are chasing him. He feels something getting closer. He turns back, terrified, and sees a humanoid creature with mushrooms growing on its head, walking upside down. He's so shocked he can't even process it. He just runs. As night falls, the forest is filled with the terrifying sounds of the creatures. Confused, Gabby asks Baron and his son, Stephen, what those noises are. They calmly say they're just animal sounds. The father and son sit and begin reciting strange prayers. They then offer Gabby food, which she politely declines. Her partner, still on the run, runs right into another one of these creatures. Its mouth is split open, mushrooms are growing inside it, and it screams a deafening scream. As it screams, you can see spores emerging, a horrifying sight. The boy hides behind a massive tree, but he's not safe. The tree's roots and vines attack him, binding and capturing him. Back at the cabin, Baron prepares some medicine for Gabby's wound. But then, she starts to see strange herbs growing on her own body. Terrified, she flees only to realize it was another dream, and she's been alone in the cabin all along. She wakes up and tries to radio her partner again. This time, she connects. But all he does is say his name. He doesn't answer any of her questions and is just talking nonsense she can't understand. Gabby lights a small fire to keep warm. We then see Baron and Stephen on a hunt. After they kill their prey, Baron smears his son's blood on his body and they apologize to Mother Nature for the kill. It's a disturbing ritual. The scene cuts to the very thing Gabby's been dreading, her partner's dead body. It's covered in herbs and mushrooms, exactly like what she saw growing on her in her dreams. That night, Gabby has another nightmare. She sees plant roots growing into her mouth. Baron wakes her up. He tells her some creatures are outside and she needs to be absolutely silent, as they can't see, only hear. Gabby nods, but it's too late. The creatures smash through the door. The father and son fight them off. They take one down with an arrow. Another attacks Stephen, but his father saves him. A third creature enters. Gabby and Stephen stand perfectly still. Stephen, used to this, doesn't move a muscle so the creature doesn't see him. But Gabby panics and moves, attracting the creature. Before it can kill her, Stephen sneaks up and stabs it in the gut, then in the heart, finally killing it. The two quickly beat the other approaching creatures with a large stick and throw them out, slamming the door shut. Stephen notices that Gabby has the creature's blood on her. He strips her clothes off and starts frantically cleaning her entire body. Her condition worsens, and she passes out. Baron, who was also injured in the fight, tends to his own wounds. When Gabby wakes up, Baron tells her the shocking truth. These creatures are humanoid fungi. They attack humans and survive by using their bodies. He claims they are thousands of years older than humans and outnumber all other organisms on Earth. They've been hiding, but now they're out and ready to make everyone like them. Gabby can't believe it. Baron, with a hint of condescension, says, "Humans are inherently stupid, and you're one of them." That night, Gabby has another terrifying dream. She's standing in front of a huge, mysterious tree in the forest. Someone touches her from behind, and the fungus attacks her neck. She wakes up with a start, relieved to see Stephen sitting right there with her. She relaxes, shows him her phone, and they even take some pictures together. Stephen is absolutely astonished by the technology, but the moment is shattered when Baron bursts in, snatches the phone, and throws it away. He warns Stephen, "Gabby is a monster. She will endanger you. Stay away from her." The two men leave the cabin. As Gabby gathers the broken pieces of her phone, she finds a book under the bed. In the woods, we see Baron standing in front of that massive tree from Gabby's dream. He performs a ritual, donating a bit of his blood to the tree. He sees tiny mushrooms growing inside. A strange light comes from the tree, with sparks, making it seem like the inside of the tree is a whole separate world. He reaches in and plucks 2 mushrooms, eating one and feeding the other to Stephen. When they return, they find Gabby reading the book. Worse, they notice the infection has spread on Gabby's body. Mushrooms are visibly drying up on her skin, just like in her dream. Gabby panics and tries to scrape them off. Knowing she's infected, they immediately tell her to run away. Stephen is clearly upset by his father's decision, but stays silent. Before Gabby leaves, Stephen, deeply worried, licks her hand to remove the infection, then gives her a tight, emotional hug. Baron rushes them out. While walking through the forest, they hear strange noises and follow them. Gabby finds and removes the memory card from one of the military cameras. A short distance later, she finds her companion's body, now entirely covered in mushrooms. She approaches and tries to touch him, but realizes he's still alive. He's crying, begging her, "Please, kill me. I don't want to live like this." Gabby tries to comfort him. "No, I'll rescue you. We'll go to the hospital. You'll be fine." Baron knows better. He tries to stab the companion from behind, knowing there's no cure, but Gabby stops him. She desperately asks, "Is there any other way to fix this?" Baron just silently hands his arrow to the infected man. The man takes the arrow and stabs himself in the mouth, taking his own life. Gabby is absolutely devastated. Her cries attract countless creatures, and Baron urgently tells her to flee for her life. They make it back to the cabin and wake Stephen up, who is thrilled to see Gabby. Baron panics, locking and boarding all the doors and windows as the creatures continue to approach. Night falls. Gabby wakes up in terror, seeing that small mushrooms and fungus are indeed growing on her body. She confronts Baron. "I know you have some medicine that keeps you from getting this infection." He ignores her and leaves. She asks Stephen where his dad went. He says he's gone to pray. Gabby then asks, "Where's your mom?" Stephen tells her, "My mom is in the woods." Gabby finds this incredibly strange. "I'll show you," Stephen says. Gabby tries to persuade Stephen to come with her to the outside world, promising to make him a ranger and arguing that life there is much better. Stephen refuses, repeating his father's grim prophecy. "My dad says we'll all die one day, and that day will come very soon." Baron is shown praying to the tree again. Suddenly, a red light appears behind the tree, and he is overcome with terror. He rushes home, his face pale. The next morning, Baron takes Stephen for their ritual, a few drops of his blood into the tree, then eating the mushroom. When Gabby wakes, they find the infection has spread rapidly all over her body. As soon as he gets back, Stephen quickly kisses Gabby. He had the mushroom, the medicine, in his mouth. Gabby realizes this is what stops the infection. She eats it just as Baron arrives. Gabby sees that the mushroom worked. The infection is completely gone. She makes a life-changing decision. She wants to stay. She knows the city has no cure for this, and she needs the mushrooms to survive. Stephen is overjoyed. Stephen begins teaching Gabby to survive in the wild, how to hunt, how to shoot. They spend many days together, growing close. He even takes her to the worship tree. Gabby is stunned. It's the exact tree from her dreams. Returning home, Gabby tells the men, "I want to be a part of their religion." Baron is enraged at first, but eventually agrees. That night, father and son prepare a ritual. They smear animal blood on Gabby's face, and Baron blows a trail of something onto her. Instantly, Gabby is transported to another world. She's lying naked by a lake. Stephen emerges naked from the river. They spend a moment together, and then Gabby is transported again, this time standing before the big tree. She experiences a series of terrifying visions. Someone shoots an arrow into Stephen's mouth, killing him, and her own life is in danger. She wakes up distressed, with the father and son sitting next to her, asking what she saw. Before she can explain, she realizes the whole lake scene was part of her dream. When she fully regains consciousness, they ask her again. She explains she was in a dream world and felt like she'd been there for months. Baron corrects her. "You've only been unconscious for the last 4 hours. She tells them the tree was talking in her dream, saying it's a monster. Baron asks. Gabby tearfully explains, "It wants your son's life. It wants his sacrifice." Baron is terrified and immediately goes to the tree begging for forgiveness. Time passes. Gabby and Stephen's bond deepens. They play and laugh. Baron is in agony, facing a massive, impossible decision. The next morning, before sunrise, Baron goes to pray to the tree. At the same time, Gabby and Stephen are getting ready to escape from the hut, a plan they'd already made. Baron appears before them. "I've protected you your whole life, raised you as both your mother and father. The world you're entering, you'll be part of a race with nothing, without purpose, without profit. That world isn't right for you." Despite the emotional plea, Stephen still wants to go with Gabby. Then Baron uses a low blow, trying to emotionally blackmail him. "Go ahead. You want to leave too, right? First your mom left me, and now you will too." Stephen is heartbroken and decides to stay. During their intense conversation, Gabby blurts out, "I know you killed your wife." Baron confirms it, but explains that she chose to take her own life because she wanted her son to live. The father and son head home, and Gabby continues her journey alone. After walking a long time, she feels an unnerving change in the air and runs back toward the cabin. Baron takes Stephen and starts walking toward the tree. Stephen asks, "Dad, where are we going?" Baron tells him, "We're going to make a sacrifice." Gabby returns to an empty cabin. She grabs the bow and arrow Stephen made for her. "We don't have anything," Baron replies chillingly. "Don't worry, God will give us something to sacrifice." Gabby, having understood everything, is now chasing them. Gabby encounters a humanoid fungus, which notices her movement, but she manages to hide. Reaching the tree, Baron finally tells his son, "God has chosen you for sacrifice." He attacks Stephen in the waist. Stephen collapses, trying desperately to save himself. Gabby, who has just killed the humanoid fungus with an arrow, rushes toward the tree. Stephen tries to escape, but Baron holds him, and the tree's roots begin to bind his hands. Gabby arrives, but the tree's branches trap her too. She frees herself and quickly shoots an arrow at Baron. Baron is only wounded and immediately attacks Gabby. She falls unconscious. Before Baron can kill her, Stephen attacks his own father from behind to save Gabby. A humanoid fungus appears over Gabby's mouth, about to attack, but Stephen saves her again. While Stephen is fighting the creature, Baron, weakened, drags Gabby away by her hair. He lays her down against a tree and is about to attack her with an axe when he is struck from behind. Flashbacks show Stephen bravely fighting and killing the creature, then seeing his father about to kill Gabby. He attacks his own father with his arrow. Baron is critically wounded and falls, trying one last time to manipulate his son. "I was just testing it." "Oh!" But Gabby sees more creatures approaching. She tells Stephen to flee immediately, and they leave Baron to die. They return to the cabin. While Gabby is bathing, she experiences another terrifying vision. The fungus and organisms are connecting with her body. Horrified, she wakes up and begins reading Baron's book on the mushrooms. Meanwhile, Baron is rapidly becoming infected himself. Huge mushrooms are growing on his body. He apologizes to the tree, begging for a chance. "I will do whatever you say." But the tree refuses to listen. We learn the ultimate, tragic secret. The tree is actually his wife, who transformed 13 years ago. She refuses to give him the mushrooms that control the infection. Baron becomes fully infected, transforming into a humanoid creature. The scene cuts back to Gabby. Her entire body has also been transformed into fungus. The infection has spread too quickly, and she is slowly dying. In her final moments, Gabby tells Steven to go to the outside world, but he refuses to leave her. Days pass. The infection is so severe, Gabby can barely survive. To relieve her unbearable pain, she asks Steven to kill her. Seeing her suffering, he is forced to do it. With his hand over her heart, he stabs her with his knife. Steven is left alone in the jungle. Knowing he can't survive there by himself, he finally decides to go to the outside world. In the post-credits scene, we see Steven eating at a hotel. When he leaves his unfinished food, it is immediately infected. This shocking reveal confirms that he too was infected, and that's where the movie ends. What a truly dark and unsettling tale of nature, survival, and a terrifying ancient infection.